Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel once again. If this is your first time, my name is 𝗕𝗿𝗄𝘃, and in today's class we are going to be talking about PD arrays, the POI hierarchy in the ICT concept. This is the part 2 of the last video I made about order block trading rules. I promised to make this video, so if you've not watched that video, the link is going to be at the top right corner of your screen. Click the video and watch. Click the link and watch the video, okay? So now in class today, we're going to be talking about the PD array, okay? Now, what is the reason whereby you see price ends up going very close to maybe your order block entry, and then just as it's very close to it, it reverses without triggering your entry, and then it moves, hits your TP without triggering your trade? We are going to be talking about the reason today, and I'm going to be showing you why that happens, and I'm going to be telling you how you can avoid that and how you can get to trade a lot more better. All right, now look at what you have on the chart right now. Okay, I just need to add one more thing, and this is it. I need to add one more thing, and then this is it. All right, now if you look on my screen right now, I have two illustrations. One is bullish and the second one is bearish. All right, now the PD array, it involves what? All the various types of point of interest that we have, which is the bullish mitigation block for bullish move, a bullish breaker block, liquidity void, fair value gap, bullish order block, rejection block, and then hold high or low. All right, now these are various kinds of point of interest that we use to take entries while trading. All right, now all these things you see, they are arranged in order of should I say of strength, or in order of response, whatever. What I'm trying to say right here now is that if price is trending downwards, all right, if price is trending downwards and price needs possibly a region to reverse and go bullish, all right, if price is looking for that, and then maybe possibly price is retracing down, and then price gets to see a mitigation block. Now, even if you have an order block downwards, as far as price has first of all seen a mitigation block, price will most likely do what? Reverse from that mitigation block and ignore the order block. That is why sometimes you're going to see that, okay, possibly many traders have entry at an order block right here, but then you get to see that price goes very close to the order block. It does not trigger the trade, and then it goes their way. This is because they need to understand what PD array is all about. Price will not, in most cases, skip a mitigation block, a breaker block, an FVG, a rejection block, and then come down. The only reason when price will possibly come down to maybe an order block or a high or low or rejection block is if price does not see any of this that meets its preference. I'm going to make this a little more simple. All right, let's take for instance, okay, we're trading up, and then possibly we are looking for an area of interest, a point of interest we want to take a buy from. All right, now most times you're going to be looking for a fair value gap, a bullish order block, a breaker block, or an inducement, whatever. All right, now you have to look for these things, and then but then you have to understand their position in the array, in the arrangement. All right, now if you have another block down here, fine and good. All right, it's a good one. But then if you have a fair value gap just before you go down to be the order block, then there is a high possibility that price will most likely respect the fair value gap and not even the order block. So if you don't want to miss out on that trade, if you don't want price to come very close to your entry and then reverse, then the best thing you can do is make use of the fair value gap, because the fair value gap came before the order block. Now guys, take a look at it on the PD array. If you have a fair value gap, price will most likely respect the fair value gap before it goes down to an order block. This is because in the arrangement, the fair value gap has more likelihood of holding price than another block. And then if you have another block has more likelihood of holding price than a rejection block. Now, if you have another block and the rejection block, but then a bullish breaker block is above it, then price has more likelihood of respecting the breaker block and ignoring the other block, rejection block, and so on. All right, but now all these things we are looking at, all these points of interest, you have to make sure that it is below the 0.5 level of your liquidity metrics, of your Fibonacci retracement tool, either of them. you have to make sure that it is below the 0.5 level. What I'm trying to show you here is practical experiential knowledge. This is not textbook. This is what happens on your chart. Now, back to the downtrend illustration, all right?
Now, so talking about the second structure, which is the downtrend structure. Let's assume, okay, you have price moving down and then a retracement starts, all right? And then price happens to have retraced above your 0.5 level. At this point now, you are looking for possibilities to go short. You're looking for point of interest to short from. Now, guys, believe me, market will most likely not jump the mitigation block, the breaker block, and then jump up to maybe another block or an O high or low to start coming down from, or to start going bearish from. The whole idea of this PD array is that if you have a mitigation block before an order block or a rejection block, you will most likely have price respect the mitigation block. So for instance, let's say you have a fair value gap and then another block above the fair value gap. Price will most likely respect the fair value gap and not, in most cases, touch the order block. I'm going to give you an example on live charts. Now, let's go there. All right. So for instance now, all right, if you check, okay, something happened here. All right. We have what? Buy side taking, market structure shift at this point. Okay. Now, look at what actually happened here. Zooming in, all right. Quite all right. We have an order block here. We have an order block there. But before the order block, we have what? A fair value gap here. We have a fair value gap here. Now, if you look closely, all right, you will get to find out that price came for what? The fair value gap. After the market structure shift, okay, price came from the fair value gap. Now, according to the PDRA, okay, you know I told you that if we have a fair value gap before another block, price will most likely will expect the fair value gap before even going for the other block later on, all right? So you can see price did what? They expected the fair value gap and then went bearish from there. Went bearish from there and, you know, continued going bearish. If you look at it, you see, continued going bearish. Now, we will have two types of traders that will trade this thing in different ways. What am I trying to say? You're going to have trader A who will definitely want to short from the order block with stop loss above here and then take profits at wherever. And then you're going to have trader B who is going to do the right thing and short from what? The fair value gap, because he has an understanding of PD arrays. So he's going to short from the fair value gap, all right, with stop loss at external range and then take profit at wherever you want it to be or wherever it's supposed to be. So you can see now trader A was not mitigated because he was aiming for what? Another block, while he had a fair value gap before the other block. But then trader B that has the understanding of PD arrays will definitely get the short from what? The fair value gap, and then boom, his trade got triggered while this other one here was still waiting for his entry. Now let's look at other examples, guys. Let's look at other examples. Now take a good look at here. All right, take a good look at this example right here. All right, now we have what? Buy side taking, we have sell side, market structure shift at this point. All right, now guys, the truth right here is that if you check, okay, let's highlight this point so that we can actually go back to it. You can actually find it on the lower time frame. All right, so let's say we have this on let's check 30 minutes time frame. All right, okay, so take a look at this on the 30 minutes time frame. All right, now an ignorant trader will innocently be waiting for price to do what? To get to this order block above here. Does it mean the trader is wrong for possibly waiting for price to get to this order block right here? No, the trader is not wrong. The trader simply is ignorant of the PD array knowledge. He's simply ignorant of what? PD arrays. Because you're going for an order block up here when you have a breaker block right here. When you have a breaker block right here. So just like I told you guys earlier, if you have a breaker block, right here, as in this case, price will most likely respect the breaker block and not even reach above for your order block. So now we're gonna have two kinds of traders in this scenario, okay? We are gonna have trader A who is knowledgeable, shorting from the breakout block right here, take profit here, and then we're going to have trader B who wants to catch the move from the other block. And then what happens? Trader A got the setup while trader B missed the trade. Sometimes price happens to miss your entry simply because you're not having the right entry. So I've given you two examples now of what is it called? Of PDRAs, okay? Just one more and then we'll call it a day. Now this is the last example, okay? For instance, we have an order block here, fine and good. We have an order block here, all right? Fine and good. What do we have here? We have sell side taking, okay? We have a shift in structure right here with an order block right here, okay? But now, before this order block right here, what happens? We have a fair value gap here. We have a fair value gap here, from here to here. So now, since we have a fair value gap, price will most likely do what? Respect the fair value gap before even maybe coming back to respect the order block. So we're going to have two traders here, of course. The trader who is going to buy from the fair value gap doing the right thing. We stop loss here, take profit at wherever it's supposed to be. And then we're going to have the trader who doesn't know what he's doing, buying from what? The other block. All right, so I believe this video was helpful. What I want you to do is go on your chart, practice it. All right, don't just watch the video and then go turn on your phone and go to bed. No, go on your chart, practice it. Try to discover for yourself what I have showed you. All right, go on your chart, look at it, research, practice and see if it actually works. That is how you're going to learn to be a master at this thing. All right, as you've learned PDRAs right now, as you've gotten more knowledgeable about it, go on your charts, practice, try them out, back test, forward test, and then you're going to watch your trading right before your eyes get better. If you're not yet subscribed on the channel, hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell. Until I see you in my next video, I wish you a happy trading and happy learning. It's King, and I'm signing out.